Hi class, this is Dr. Davis here, and I just wanted to take the time to welcome you to our CM1010 Business Professional Communication course. I have a short little introduction just to help you to understand the course a little bit better and also to help you to learn a little bit more about me. So first things first, I'm so excited about new students and a new course. I just love new beginnings, and I know that we all start this course at a little bit different times, but I just love getting to meet new people and new personalities. So it really is just so much fun to get to meet all of you, and I can't wait to read your thoughts throughout the course. So as far as our agenda goes today, again, I wanted to take the time to welcome you to the course. It's a pleasure to meet you, and I can't wait to learn more about you throughout the course. Of course, if you do have any questions at all throughout the course, you can always contact me using the email feature, and I'll be happy to answer anything that is course or content related. Next, I want to do a short introduction to the course, basically just to tell you about the course, the course description, the learning outcomes that I hope that you will achieve by the end of this course, and so forth. So this really is a great course to take because it's so applicable to the various fields that you are going to enter upon graduation, and we'll talk more about that in just a minute. At the later portion of this recording, you're going to learn a little bit more about me. So I think it's a good thing for my students to learn about me, my experiences, and just a few little personal tidbits. It helps to humanize me a little bit, I think, because it is difficult that you are not seeing me on a regular basis. So this is a way to get to know me a little bit further as well. And then if you have any questions after viewing the meeting in its entirety, you can always contact me to ask about, any questions that you have related to the course, comments, and so forth. All right, so let's talk about the course a little bit. This course teaches the skills necessary for effective business communication, including the writing of business memos, letters, reports, and also it also emphasizes career, oral, and global communication. So you'll definitely be learning more about that throughout the course, and I can't wait for you to really dive into the assignments that we have because it's a great course to take. It's going to really help to hone in on your business communication skills, which of course will just further you in your careers, especially after graduation. So learning outcomes. What are learning outcomes? Well, learning outcomes are the things that we hope that you will achieve by the end of this course. So as far as that goes, by the end of this course, I hope that you will be able to develop cross-cultural communication techniques. We live in a global society, so it's imperative that you learn how to communicate across cultures or with different cultures other than your own to help execute, the sale if that's what you're going into, or to convey the message or whatever it is that you're trying to achieve there. It's just so important that you learn cross-cultural communication techniques in our global world. Additionally, by the end of this course, I'd like you to be able to evaluate persuasive appeals found in the media. So we'll talk more about that, but our media is definitely enriched and I'm trying to think of a good way to put that. But there are persuasive appeals all around us. So we need to be able to pick through things and see the message for what it is. And I think that evaluating persuasive appeals can be a great place to start. Further, you will learn by the end of this course how to create research-based messages that apply communication theories and strategies. So make sure that you're really diving into your readings in each of the units, because this is where we're going to talk about the real just dive deep into the theories and the strategies and so forth. Additionally, we're going to learn how to utilize relevant communication concepts to enhance our professional development skills. We're also going to learn how to evaluate strategies to build positive interpersonal relationships through informal and formal communication networks. And then lastly, we're going to learn how to assess the effects of group dynamics, because group dynamics are pretty much a part of any field that we go into. So learning how groups work, the phases, the stages that groups go through, and so forth, can really guide us along the way to not only create effective groups, but also to lead groups, to be the support in groups, to take on various roles in groups, and so forth. All right, so how are we going to do all these things? Well, good question. Our course is set up in a way that is going to help you to achieve those learning outcomes. So for each unit, you're going to have unit learning outcomes, and those learning outcomes are basically going to be things that we hope by the end of that particular unit that you have learned how to achieve. Additionally, we'll have the unit lesson, so make sure to read through that thoroughly, because the information in the unit lesson The reading assignments that you have, as well as those learning activities, are going to contain concepts, theories, strategies, and so forth, which you're going to have to apply in your unit assessments and your unit assignments. So make sure that you are reading that information, because sometimes in those assessments and assignments, we're really looking for you to apply the theories that you've learned about, not just your personal thoughts and experiences. So make sure that you're doing all the things that is in our units. And then lastly, we have two areas of the course that I just wanted to note. We have the Ask the Professor discussion area. So if you ever have questions, you can post your questions to the Ask the Professor discussion forum, or of course you can just always reach out to me using the email feature in the course as well. But the Ask the Professor discussion area is a great place to post questions as well, because that allows your fellow classmates to look at the question that you've asked and also the response that I give you, because a lot of times we have the same questions. So it's just kind of a great way to really combine that information there for people to go back and look at and review. And then of course we have the student break room. So this is a great place to dialogue with your fellow classmates and so forth. All right. So with that being said, I did want to tell you a little bit about myself. So allow me to start by introducing myself a little bit here. I've been in higher education as a professor for several years now, and I have experience at all levels of higher education. I've taught everything from interpersonal communication to public speaking to business communication, as you can see here, and so many other courses. Basically, I've taught in pretty much all the areas of communication offered in higher education. I've also obtained my PhD from Auburn University in the area of educational leadership and technology with a focus in adult education. Further, I possess a Master of Arts degree in Communication Studies from the University of South Alabama, and I also have my Bachelor of Arts degree in Communication Studies from the same university as well. And like I said, I've taught numerous subjects in the area of communication, and I just absolutely love my field, and I hope you'll love the field as well by the end of this course. All right, so where do I call home? Well, like many of you in this course, I am a Gulf Coaster. But I do want to talk about that a little bit, because many of my students are not local to this area, and you are stationed or located globally. So I love that, and I love the diversity of this course because it allows us to interact with people all over the world. But as far as myself, I am a Gulf Coaster. I've lived in this area all of my life, and I absolutely love where I live. So I've lived within the Mobile, Alabama region for my entire life, and although I've traveled extensively, I do love my area, and I do love that I can call this place home. So I'm someone who lives about 45 minutes from some of the world's most beautiful beaches, in my opinion. As someone who has traveled to various places all over the world, I can honestly say that we really do have some of the most gorgeous beaches here on the Gulf Coast. Therefore, with that in mind, I do enjoy spending a great deal of my time at the beach and visiting the local restaurants and the shops in our area. I am a big believer in shopping local. In addition, like I said, I live in Mobile, Alabama, which has a really just rich culture. We are the official home of Mardi Gras, and I know that a lot of people thought that was probably New Orleans, but Mobile, Alabama is the home of Mardi Gras. And we have a fun few weeks with that at the first part of every year. It really is such a fun and gorgeous place to live. Now, as far as my hobbies go, my husband and I absolutely love to travel. We have traveled to various places all over the world, but here are a few snapshots of just a few places that we've traveled. Of course, this is not it, but you know, it's a nice little collage here. So in the top left-hand corner, we have my husband and I in the Dominican Republic. It was absolutely gorgeous there. It was just picturesque is the best way to describe it. I also have a picture of me skydiving in the middle top right corner, I guess you could say. That is me jumping from about 14,000 feet. And just in case you're curious, you can see the curvature of the earth at that height. So in the bottom left corner, that's my husband and I on Virginia Beach. It's gorgeous there as well. And in the smaller middle photo, that's my husband and I right outside of the White House in Washington, D.C. And then on the right-hand side, that would be my husband and I in Charleston. It's absolutely gorgeous there as well, and it actually reminded me a little bit of Mobile. So on that note, I hope this helps you to get to learn just a bit more about me, and I look forward to getting to meet you as well. So my best wishes, welcome aboard, and just let me know if you have any questions along the way. Thank you.